Hey everybody, Scott Hollingsworth here with Vyral Marketing, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the Harrelson Hangouts. As always, joined by Greg Harrelson. We've got a great guest for you today that Greg's going to take through a live coaching call. So Greg, why don't you explain a little bit more about what we're going to cover today and introduce everybody to our guest?
We're going to cover. What's interesting is a lot of times when I do coaching, have coaching conversations with me, dive into what's going on currently with them, and use their answers to kind of direct what KJ has to, what challenges that he might be having, and where he wants to take his business for the rest of the year. But KJ Jordan, great real estate agent, in our office that I've been working with for quite a while. And tell us how long you've been in the business. We'll give them a little bit of information, and then we'll just go ahead and dive right into a coaching conversation and just pretend like no one's listening.
All right.
So how long you been in the business, KJ?
Yeah, real quick, to tell you, you're lagging on me real bad because I'm only picking up part of what you're saying. But I've been in the business for about 15 years now. And I think I've been with you here at the Harrelson Group for 5.5, I think it'll be 6 years in November.
Okay. 6 years?
Yeah, about almost 6 years. Mm-hmm.
Did you do last year? Just again, I know what you do, but just to kind of let the people that year.
I didn't hear your question, Greg.
How many sales did you do last year?
I closed 82 last year.
Greg, you still with us?
So Scott, I don't know. I'm here, but I don't know. Kind of cutting in and out.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, Greg. I don't know. Maybe if you try backing out and joining back in, see if that works. But KJ, why don't you take us through? Greg, you wanted him to go through the numbers of last year. Take us through the numbers that you did last year and what your goals are for this year, KJ, while Greg's getting back on.
Okay. Last year I closed 82 transactions, and my goal this year was 110.
You there, KJ?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So go ahead. What are your goals for this year?
My goals for this year is 110.
Okay. And what did you say you did last year?
82.
All right. So tell us about like how you came up with the goal for this year off of what you did last year.
Well, I really wanted to finally hit that 100 mark. That's just kind of been, where a goal I've been shooting for. So when I met with the guy in our office, Eric, kind of broke down the numbers, how many more contacts, how many more COIs I need to get in touch with, different things I need to do in my business just to help me generate to that goal of getting over 100 deals.
Great. So what are some of the things that you've changed initially to try to hit that goal?
Number of contacts per day right now. Trying to work my centers of influence and database a little bit harder than what I've done in the past, but probably one of the biggest things, I've never really worked the expireds that much, and so I'm trying to really add that into a big pillar of my business right now.
All right, great. And so with the changes that you've made, like how has that affected your business and what you're doing day to day?
Well, I mean, my mornings now start where I'm calling the expireds now first thing in the morning, which is something I really hadn't been doing that much in the past. Calling a whole lot more old expireds and stuff as well. I've worked on a few things talking with Greg. I did a mail out a while back to a lot of my centers of influence, which had a pretty good, return on that. So, and working those quite a bit harder now. It's really what's, changing a lot during my day right now.
Great. So, Greg, we got you back. And just to let you know kind of what we've been going through while you were getting back on, KJ informed everybody about his goals for this year and what changes he's made this year to help him go from the deals that he did last year to the 110 that he wants to do this year. So if you want to jump back in and if you have any questions for KJ, why don't you shoot right now? You there, Greg?
I am here, but you're still blinking in and out. I'm not sure exactly what could be happening.
Not sure either. But go ahead, ask your question. I can hear you now when you're talking, so go ahead and ask your questions. If you do cut out a little bit on the audio, we'll just ask you to repeat
Anybody
your
live
question.
on the okay. Are there people live on the hang?
It doesn't look like we have anybody live right now.
Yes, because yeah. I mean, a thought is to just, I mean, because I can't hear every third my end.
All right. Well, if you would like to reschedule to set it up and see if we can get somebody live and see if we can fix the problems, then that's definitely an option. When would you have time to do that, or when would you want to do the reschedule?
Well,
if that's what we're going to do, Greg, I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. We can all stay on here and figure it out. Is that all right?
Yeah, you can figure out figure which one